Download dah.
The starting lineup for the visiting Portland Trailblazers. At small forward, Matisse Thybulle. Let me your the Maverick. At guard, 6'6", number 26.
Well, the weekend has officially begun, and we welcome you to this 2K Sports presentation of NBA basketball. Let's take a look at our starters for Portland. We've got Matisse Thybulle out there with Williams. Then it's Silk, and it's Henderson in at the 2. And for Dallas, they've got Washington. He's out there with Klay Thompson. Anthony Davis is out there with Kyrie Irving. And it's Dinwiddie in at the point. As the regular season continues, Smitty, what's it like on the...
Cek. Ya, kehapus lagi gambarnya.
Long road trips.
You know, Kevin, it can really wear on you, especially physically. And then being away from home for so long, that's not great. But on the positive side, the lengthy road trips are a chance to bond with your teammates.
5 to shoot. There's the pass to Washington. It's hauled in by Thybulle. Passes it to Silk. Henderson with it. Here's the teardrop. And Davis sends it back. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Trailblazers will retain possession. You gotta love strong defense, especially when it comes in the form of harsh rejections. Wow.
And right out of the gate, trying to set the tone defensively, you gotta love that energy.
And here are the Trailblazers now. Here's Avdia. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up. The Mavericks have been trying to tighten up their defense the past few seasons, and it's beginning to show.
And we're seeing signs that the players are getting the message, and they're spending more energy at that end of the floor, and that's essential for any elite team.
You look back at how the Blazers have drafted. They get a lot of value no matter where they pick. Great job identifying and growing talent.
Williams with the block. With it. Washington's on him. Offensive rebound.
This is the shot you want right at the
Kenapa
rim.
dioper? Coba.
In the corner, it's Dinwiddie. And the officials have called the illegal screen right there. 2 big marks there, you're right. And the last 2 lottery picks for Portland before the latest draft, Lillard and McCollum.
And Kevin, McCollum has since moved on, but they have knocked it out of the park in the last decade. Great job of maximizing draft assets. Stay there.
Moving against Henderson. That one's in. His first bucket of the game. He's 1 for 2.
Just setting the tone with an aggressive move to the rack. And where's the help defensively?
No excuse. You have to be aware. He should be on your radar all the time.
Davis, the pass to Irving. 1 up, 1 down. 2 points with his first shot this game.
What balance and execution. Kyrie Irving prefers to finish, in my opinion, through contact.
Floats it up for Williams. Oh, and they get in the way of the alley-oop. Not to be. Good play defensively. Knocks it loose. And it's out of bounds to the Mavericks as Dallas retains possession. And so here is Dallas. Here's Thompson. And trying for the go-ahead basket. It doesn't go in. Thybulle, the pass to Avdia. And he makes that one.
High offensive IQ. He makes great reads and adjustments on the fly.
Dinwiddie kicks to Davis. Dallas moving the ball around. From deep Washington. That one, no good. And it's Portland the other way. Their last game, a win against San Antonio, looking to carry that into this one.
And sometimes it's a
Anjay.
to get easy looks on the road, but they found ways to get their guys good looks.
You know what it is? That's good advanced scouting. They knew what they were in for, and they were ready.
He takes advantage of them in every way possible.
And Greg, he lures them into a trap on the steal, and then bang, straight to the bucket.
Great activity at both ends. Great teamwork as well.
First team foul.
And they double up Davis. Pass to Thompson. Back to Washington. Oh, Dinwiddie in position. Hammers the alley-oop through.
Yeah.
Prettiest play in basketball executed to perfection.
I don't think you get an argument there. Everybody loves the alley-oop. No question. Poured it down.
And that's a special play coming from the one spot.
You know, his passing can take a backseat for that dunk. Wow.
It just shows you the versatility. This guy can do a lot of different things for you.
And again, the turnover by the Mavericks. First quarter of play and just over 3.5 minutes in. Here's Silk. Last game out, we saw him pour in 42. Avdia, the pass to Thibault. Here's Silk. Dinwiddie covering. The shot by Silk, no good.
Meeting right at the rim. He typically converts in those situations. Not this time.
A shot by Washington, and he's wide open. Portland grabs the miss. Now, here's Thibault. He's still scoreless so far in this one. Pass to Silk. Shot clock at 6. And the pass to Avdia. The 17-footer. That's good on the jump shot. Avdia's got 5.
Unselfish. Moving the ball. Love to see this kind of offense.
Now, here's Dinwiddie. Defense right on him. Again, the miss by the Mavericks.
You know, he might want to think about deferring for a while. He's had his chances this quarter, but just not able to convert.
Into the lineup for the Trailblazers. Number 7.
Here's Silk. Dinwiddie covering. Steps back and fires. And that's an air ball. Not
Macam apa itu?
Allen for Anthony Davis, a big contributor to this team when healthy.
Kevin AD does everything on the court that you ask of him. He can defend in space and guard just about anybody. Along with being a force on the offensive side, he's a terrific
That's
talent.
his first
Ready for a look.
substitution on the court.
Lah kalah sih.
From deep. No good on the last second attempt there. Plenty of offense in this closely contested first quarter of play. Mavericks lead by 3. We're back after this from American Airlines Center. And we hope you're enjoying the game. Both teams tonight keeping things pretty even so far in the scoreboard. And guys, what's your take so far on the Mavs?
I love their effort, contesting shots, trying to intimidate here early on.
And you can see it's already having an impact. It can cause shooters to think twice.
Here are the 5 Portland has to start the second quarter. Silk is out there with Anthony Simons. Then there's Jeremy Grant. Then there's Matisse Thibault. And it's Williams at the 5 down low.
They are trying to keep Williams off the boards. He makes it a mission to keep possessions alive.
And he's got his first chance at the line here.
Not the best statistic for him in terms of his performance at the line. Very low numbers.
bounds foul. Now, here's Washington. Got it. Good job at the low post. Washington's got his first bucket in this one. Portland trailing here. Simons surveying the D. And here now is Thibault. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. 6 to shoot. Here's Simons. Finds the hole for the second time from the floor. Now 2 for 5.
So smooth with the jump shot. I love watching Anthony shoot the rock.
Out of bounds. Portland takes possession.
This is what we talk about, valuing each possession, avoiding those kinds of mistakes.
The Trailblazers have gone 2 of 3 from the field here to open the second quarter. Pass to Silk. Pulls it from 20. That shot missing. And the Mavericks going the other way now. Home court didn't seem to help any last time they met. We'll see if it makes a difference this time.
Yeah, and their last time out against this club, turnovers really did them in. Just way too many mistakes.
A combination of unforced errors and just poor decision making. They need to be much better in that aspect of the game this time around.
Both good from the line that time. And you talk to the great ball handlers, and they say, Greg, that footwork is an underappreciated aspect of it. Why is that?
It's like a dance. You're eluding the defender mostly with your feet. The ball handling part is just making sure the ball comes along for the ride.
And you love seeing that great mobile one drive a second time.
And putting that pressure on the rim. That's what it's all about, threatening with that attack.
Comes up empty down low.
And the pressure he put on that shot forced a miscue.
The rim protection at its finest. The result is the same whether you block the shot or simply change it.
And of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is just smash mouth physical basketball, guys.
Dinwiddie with the bucket. And for those of you just joining us, we're almost 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. To the inside. Oh, wow!
That was nice. And guys, I don't know that this is the time for that kind of flair. In a close game, the important thing is to get the 2 points, not necessarily the dramatics.
Oh, come on. He had to go for that, didn't he? My goodness. And that last look brought to you by the AT&T 5G Slam King. Pass to Hardy. Takes a 3. Rebound by the Trailblazers. Their next game is at the Rockets Arena in Houston for a game with the Rockets. That will be the 3rd of the 6-game road trip. And that one's good by Henderson.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
And the Mavericks call time here. As the teams head into this timeout, a chance for the coaches now to map out some plays for the next few minutes and a chance for the players to rehydrate with some Gatorade. It's important if they want to make sure they don't wear down later in the game.
Absolutely. Over the course of a game, you have to stay hydrated.
Looking at who's out there now for the Mavericks. Davis is checked in for Dwight Powell, and it's Klay Thompson in for Kyrie Irving. Davis, the pass to Thompson. Dinwiddie outside. From deep three-point range. And they'll get another chance. And Thompson kicks to Dinwiddie. With the clock winding down, and he takes it down.
When you played alongside as many superstars as Klay has, you're conditioned to make sure others are fed.
Here's Silk. There's the drive.
And he's an automatic finisher when he gets into that area.
He is, and he picks the simple one-hand stuff to get the 2 points. Loads it up for Davis, and Davis throws it down.
What a beautiful play, and it was great timing. Then the athletic finish by AD.
Trailblazers moving the ball around. Now Thibault still looking for his first bucket in this one. Here's Silk. Goes back up, and Davis sends it back.
The crazy shots.
Portland leading. Avdia with it. 9 points last game out. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
Second personal foul.
What do you guys think so far about the offensive approach for the Blazers?
For the Trailblazers.
Establishing a paint presence early in the game, it really helps and pays big dividends down the line because it frees up your perimeter.
And I really liked how they moved the ball tonight. Because of this selfless approach, they are piling up the assists.
Here's Davis. Can't cash in on the 10-foot jumper.
I like it. That's a great battle at the rim. He just couldn't finish.
And finished off by Avdia.
And just tacks a few more points onto their lead with the tomahawk.
That's bringing it down hard. Thompson passes to Davis. Now Washington. Dinwiddie outside. Got a hand on it. Here's Silk. He's got 12. And he makes no mistake on the slam dunk.
And that's a special play coming from the one spot.
You know, his passing can take a backseat for that dunk. Wow.
It just shows you the versatility. This guy can do a lot of different things for you. Woo!
Now here's Davis. He's coming off a 22-point game against Cleveland.
And he didn't take any plays off at the defensive end. I mean, he wound up with 4 steals on the night.
Washington, that's for 2. Davis, it's good on the putback.
The defense can't match AD's physicality. He muscles his way to the second chance shot.
Here's Silk. Dinwiddie covering. And here's Avdia. 9 points in the game so far. Pass to Henderson. Stolen by Thompson. And here we go with Thompson running it up the court. And Davis throws it down.
We've seen a lot of that through the years. AD getting to the rim and finishing with bad intention.
And with the struggles AD has had to stay healthy, and you wonder, though, if the team's going to focus on having him be at his best for that postseason run and try to manage the wear and tear.
Washington passes to Thompson. Back to Washington. Dinwiddie with it. The tray. Doesn't get it to drop for him.
Well, not really his best quarter as far as scoring. Let's see if he can eventually get back on track.
Lets it go with a 3. A new 14 for the Mavericks. Thompson misses.
Great defensive effort. Just saved a basket.
You know what? This is why you never give up on a play. You don't know what's going to happen.
The offensive rebound. Count it. And the Trailblazers lead by 6.
And Kevin, they've dialed up their activity this quarter. We're seeing them convert a lot of those second chance opportunities.
Dallas calls timeout. And when Davis is on the floor, Greg, he is a force. But how do you keep him healthy into the playoffs? That is the question.
I mean, sustaining his output over a full season isn't easy. But Davis has had a bit of bad luck with the injury. So you have to mitigate ways to keep him available.
Daniel Gafford's checked in for the Mavericks. Irving comes in for P.J. Washington. Knocked away. Here's Silk. Dinwiddie covering. Silk. And the shot is long.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
And he'll shoot free throws here. Clearly fouled on that shot that time. The whistle blown. Right, we know that Klay Thompson had 941 days between NBA games because of those injuries. But he was using that experience away for good.
And Klay announcing with that his family foundation would have a 941-day initiative. Programs to help workers who have suffered career setbacks. Thompson helping others with their company.
And it's Grant in the corner. And it's off the back rim. No good. Mavericks trailed by 5. Irving surveying the floor. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
Second personal
And
foul.
Kyrie Irving,
Third
a
team foul.
paso with the ball in his hands.
Now at the line
And
for your back.
like a lot of genius-level creators, he marches to the beat of his own drum.
You know, Greg, Kyrie sometimes is just a tough guy to figure out.
And the danger is pulling too much in your own direction. Even he confessed regrets about in Cleveland withdrawing from teammates and isolating himself.
Third team foul.
All part of growth. Yeah, the defender
Point for the
all
Trailblazers.
over.
And Smitty, one player who's really improved in a very short amount of time is Anthony Simons.
Kevin, a dynamic guard who plays with a lot of confidence. He is especially lethal on the offensive end. And it's because he is capable of scoring from all three levels.
And they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing the ball into the paint.
Here's Silk. Dinwiddie covering.
And that's a special play coming from the one spot.
You know, his passing can take a backseat for that dunk. Wow.
It just shows you the versatility. This guy can do a lot of different things for you. Woo! Woo!
Unloads from 9. Second shot opportunity. Whistle blows. Basket is good. So a chance here for a three-point play.
At the end of the day, when the ball goes up, there's no substitute for effort.
Fourth team foul.
And the Mavericks making a change here. Powell's checked in. Here's Silk. 16 points for him. There's 49 seconds left in the first half. Stolen away. Nice job to interrupt the alley-oop attempt there. Here's Irving. That one falls coming off Dinwiddie's feet. Irving's got it all tied up now for Dallas.
Out in transition, Kyrie finds his spot down the court, finishes the job.
Here's Silk. Dinwiddie covering. The shot by Silk, no good.
The game has been very close in a lot of areas, but rebounding has been the one differentiator thus far. Well, that alley-oop attempt, a case of what could have been, just didn't finish the play.
Oh, this is something you practice over and over again. I'm surprised they couldn't execute.
And how about the incredible timing on that alley-oop?
He absolutely hammered it down. Outside Irving. Lets the three fly. The shot, no good. And some good action for the first two quarters as we reach halftime. Trailblazers out in
51. The Trailblazers.
Thanks, Kevin. Jason, a hard-fought first half. How do you assess the game so far?
All right, Dave, thank you. And time now for the halftime break. With the third quarter soon to follow.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, folks. Ernie Johnson here. The first quarter for the Trailblazers was fairly even. And in that period, the most they trailed by was 3. It took them a little while to get going, but you love what they did in the second quarter, ending with a 2-point lead. What did you think about Portland, Kenny?
They obviously came in wanting to push the action. And so far, so good. They're looking to get easy transition baskets because the other team is not getting back on defense.
And Shaq, what do you have to say about the Mavs?
And taking a look at their outside shooting, gotta be honest, it's pretty.
And that does it for our halftime show.
And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, the second half could turn out to be a great one as both teams try to gain an edge. Really an incredible game from Silk.
Well, we'll find out if they were able to find an answer for him over the break. He was scoring with ease in that first half.
I think both sides probably adjusted a few things. The key for him is to bring the same level of energy over these last 2 quarters.
Klay Thompson is out there with P.J. Washington. Then it's Kyrie Irving. Then there's Davis. And it's Dinwiddie in at the point guard. That's the lineup in the game for Dallas.
Anjay, cedera kenapa itu? Nggak jelas.
Trailing by 2. They can look forward to the Cavaliers after this game in a matchup against Cleveland. That'll be game 1 of a 4-game road trip. And we may have an injury here that does not look good.
Well, I mean, you really feel for him. I mean, and the entire team. Just, you got to hope for the best.
I just hate saying this, but no need to jump the gun. Let's see what it turns out to be.
Trailblazers making a switch here. Simons is checking.
Cederanya kenapa ya?
So we see the Mavericks taking the
Digituin doang. Tuh. Nyengsol langsung. Diginiin cedera. Terus. Aduh, sakit, sakit. Kok bisa ya?
win here. It was a tale of two teams tonight. One that was in
Kalah
total
deh.
control, operating flawlessly, and the other just searching for answers that they could never find.
I mean,
All right, David, thank you.
Sebulan anjay cederanya. Minggu, 2 minggu. Udah pas.
Happy holidays, everyone! Welcome to our coverage of the NBA on 2K Sports. With Hall of Famer Grant Hill and Brent Barry, this is Brian Anderson. We'll be hearing from Allie LaForce from the sideline. Allie, take it away.
Well, Cade Cunningham, the top pick in 2021, said, quote, "There's a lot of different reasons why I was picked number one, but I think it's just..."
Thanks, Allie. A look at the Pistons starting group. It's Cunningham and Ivy at the 1 and the 2. Isaiah Stewart out there with Duran. And it's Thompson in at the 3. And for the Trailblazers, we've got Sharp, Jeremy Grant out there with Matisse Thybulle. Then there's Robert Williams. And it's Silk in at the 1 spot.
You have to think with this Pistons squad that all eyes are on the future as opposed to the here and now. Young guys focused on reaching their potential.
Cunningham outside. Some solid defense from Williams. Here's Silk. So where do you see the ceiling for this younger Pistons team as they continue to grow?
It's always difficult to predict the limits of a team, but as long as they continue to steadily develop, they can become a unit with playoff potential.
Here's Ivy. Pass to Thompson. Here's Duran. Cunningham on the wing. And it's going to be a 3-second call.
Violation. Portland ball.
Here's Silk. Here's Sharp. 10 points in his last outing. And play stops. A whistle there on what looks like an illegal screen.
Kind of a ticky-tack foul there, but you have to be aware that's how the refs are going to blow the whistle tonight.
Cunningham outside. Here's Duran. Williams defending. Cunningham outside. This one for three. Nails it from beyond the arc.
Yeah, usually Duran is more of a finisher, but being selfless with the ball is a good thing for him in the long run.
Here's Silk. He's watched by Cunningham. Open shot, Grant. And Cunningham pulls it down.
I saw a green light there. He's not going to get away with that kind of lapse all that often here tonight.
Almost 2 minutes into the first here. Got a piece of it. Dive for it. And so the ball out of bounds. Duran touched it last. And it's time to take another look at that powerful block.
That'll put some fear into the shooters, and he made sure to do it early, too.
Angle-nya nggak jelas banget.
Cunningham's gone 1 for 3 from the field here. Pass to Sharp. Here's Silk. Misses the jumper.
He expects to make every one of those, and we expect him to make them too.
To the middle. And he dumps it. What a pass to set him up.
And I'll tell you what, that's what being unselfish is all about. Ivy finding the open man.
Here's Silk. He's watched by Cunningham. Oh, and there's the whistle on the shot. So 2 free throws for him coming up. Well, we're at the time of the calendar when some teams go through a mid-season lull. Graham, what has to be done to avoid that?
Well, first of all, you have to keep your composure. You cannot panic. And of course, this is when a coach earns his keep. Motivation becomes key. Keeping the players focused and making sure nobody starts coasting.
Here's Duran. His last outing, he had 24 points. Here's Ivy. From the high post. Out of bounds. It'll be Trailblazers ball.
Blazers ball.
First quarter of basketball. Just over 2.5 minutes played so far. Here's Silk. He's watched by Cunningham. And there's the lob. Now another view of that incredible mobile one drive.
Yeah, taking the onus on himself to make something happen. Got it into the teeth of the defense and made them pay.
Knocks it loose.
Now with 2 fouls here in the first quarter, everything
Apa sih,
changes for him. He's got to be more careful on defense.
The Pistons trailing. Jeremy Grant out there with Matisse Thybulle. Then there's Robert Williams. Then there's Sharp. And it's Silk in at the 1. That's the group in the game for the Trailblazers.
Yeah, looking up at the scoreboard, guys, that's his 3rd foul, and his coach has to consider now sitting him down.
Thompson against Thybulle. Lets it go from 14. And so he draws the foul. Headed to the line to shoot a pair. That's on Matisse Thybulle.
No debate there. He got hammered.
Both free throws good from Thompson. And the Trailblazers shooting pretty well at 45%. Here's Silk. To the paint. And Williams punches it home.
Slams it down with two hands.
Man, they're really getting aggressive now. Here's Cunningham. It's a 5-point game. Pass to Reed. Here's Stewart. 13 feet out. It doesn't go for him.
This has been a close game in a lot of ways, but they do have an edge on the boards.
Sharp. Second shot opportunity. And he's going to the line for two. The official saw contact while he was going up.
And Sharp has no off switch. He's consistent at attacking defenses and drawing whistles.
Good on the second one. Just over a minute gone here in the second quarter. Here's Ivy, giving them some good production, putting up just around 16.5 points a game. On the wing, Thompson. Pass to Reed. Here's Ivy. Here's Reed. Williams defending. Just 5 on the clock. Here's Ivy. The shot no good. Portland leading. Down low.
And the lead increases on a crazy offensive sequence.
Man, the dunk alone would have been incredible, let alone the fact that it came off a pinpoint pass. The Pistons have got none of their first 3 shots to fall so far in the second. Oh, a big finish with a one-handed jam.
6'8" with those kind of handles, man. Cade Cunningham, a special talent.
A chance to get a quick injury report. And now let's check in with Allie LaForce to see how Tobias Harris is doing. Allie?
The head athletic trainer for the Pistons provided some information. He said there is some swelling in the ankle, but so far no signs of instability. As we approach and enter the midway point of the season, interesting to see just how this impacts them in the standings.
Well, and Allie, it appears that he needs some work done before he comes back to this one.
And we all know that if it's something he can he'll be back, no doubt.
Cade Cunningham, one of those 6'6", 6'7" guards that's really skilled, so a tough matchup for most wings and really too big for most guards. That's where his advantage lies.
And the Pistons making a change here. Harris is checked in. Outside, Williams. Pass to Graham. And we're now a little over 2.5 minutes into the second. Good D by Harris. Brent, you think we're going to see more guys with the skills of Cade at his height?
I do, BA. I think just the advanced training in the offseason and development of these guys coming into the league with a much more refined skill set, and Cade Cunningham is
Are you kidding me? Wow, amazing! Man. And this kind of six slam is just one of the reasons this team is in charge of this game right now, BA.
You know, there's an edge the way they played and a confidence they're not afraid to show. And that was the Mobile One drive. Low resistance to the finish line.
Yeah, no doubt about it. He's been a force of nature, and that drive, just another of his great plays this game.
Back to Cunningham. The rebound by Silk.
Their strong work ethic has been evident on the glass, really getting after it with being physical.
And there's the basket, and the whistle blows. Chance at a three-point play here. One to the line for one. And a look now at how the offensive approach has been going here so far for Portland.
They've been really going at the defense in the painted area, and so far the opposition really hasn't had an answer for them.
They've done a great job tonight of getting out in transition, so that focus on fast break add to your total in a hurry.
Now a timeout called by Detroit. Well, teams are always hunting mismatches. Grant, I'll put it to you here. You prefer a speed advantage or a size advantage over your defender?
Well, BA, it's all about the mismatches. And going back to when I was young and actually had some speed, it was great to be able to have both, depending upon who you went against. If a smaller player guarded you, use your sheer size to shoot right over them. And if a bigger defender was on you, then yes, use your speed to turn the corner and get to the rim. So it depended upon who was guarding you.
Tobias Harris becoming better and better from that range.
Here's Silk. He's watched by Cunningham. Here's Silk. Into the lane. Got it. He's got 10.
And force-feeding the ball inside. I mean, no reason to go away from what's working.
For Detroit, they've gotten just 2 of 6 field goals to go in the second. Cunningham passes to Thompson. Back to Cunningham. Inside. Got a piece of it. Out of bounds. Pistons ball as Detroit keeps possession. Puts it up off the inbound. And again, it's Detroit converting.
Look, if you're a big man that feeds the little guy, man, you deserve the ball back. Nice look from Stewart.
Here's Silk. And that one dropped for him. And the Trailblazers lead by 11.
Time and time again, they're creating good looks from close range.
Here's Ivy. Cunningham on the wing. From the baseline. Will not go. Misses off the front iron.
And right now, they're +8 in the rebounding category. That's helping them run away with this.
Pass to Sharp. And it's Portland with another.
And you know, in this quarter, they've really brought up their shooting percentage.
Cunningham outside. Thompson outside. Over Thibault. Thompson's shot is off. The Trailblazers have gotten 8 of their first 10 to go. Great shooting here in the second quarter.
And now, almost all their points coming from the paint.
First 8. He's checked in for Portland. Simons comes in for Sharp. The Pistons making a switch here. Now Schroeder. He had 9 points in his last time out. Harris on the wing. To stop the run. And he got the whistle on the way up. So he'll be headed to the line for a pair.
Getting themselves to the line this quarter is a good way to get their offense rolling.
I feel like Tobias Harris's confidence has grown over the past couple seasons, especially on the offensive end. Very capable of taking advantage of smaller defenders.
Hardaway's checked in for Thompson. Silk with the bucket. He's got 14.
He doesn't look satisfied with the lead right now. He wants more, and he looks like he's going to get it.
The Pistons have gotten only 3 of 9 attempts to fall in the second. Detroit calls timeout. They come into this one following the loss to Minnesota.
I actually thought their execution at times was excellent, but they failed to come through in those important moments.
Well, they had the home fans worried for a little bit.
And so it's Portland, a sizable.
Your score, your Trailblazers. And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody. Good to see you back here on our halftime show. Well, actually, we can't see you, but you can see us, but you get it. Ernie Johnson, Kenny the Jet Smith, Shaquille O'Neal. You're watching the NBA on 2K Sports. The first quarter for the Trailblazers was fairly even. Looking at the field goal percentage during that period for them, it was good, 45%. They just exploded in the second quarter, grabbing the momentum and running with it. Basket after basket, and they played stingy defense. Now they've got a halftime lead that's going to be very difficult to erase. What did you think about Portland?
What a true demonstration of dominance. They made a commitment to owning the glass.
That's all for now.
And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly in the second. And it's the Blazers with the ball. 18 points. points separating these teams. That's the biggest lead of the game. Setting the floor for the Pistons. It's Cunningham and Ivy at the 1 and the 2. Duran out there with Isaiah Stewart. And it's Thompson in at the 3, the small forward. Right wing. Oh, deflected. Oh, and he got fouled on his way up. He'll head to the line to shoot 2. It goes on Jeremy Grant.
First team foul.
He misses the free throw.
Taking 2 shots.
And the second free throw is good. And the Trailblazers shooting an efficient 57% tonight. Here's Silk. And he was fouled while in the act of shooting, so he'll take 2 free throws.
Third personal foul. First team foul. At the line.
First free throw is good.
Number 11. At the line for 2.
And good on the second, so he makes them both. And the Pistons shooting about 43% on this one. The baseline J is on the way, and it's Portland with a rebound.
And their physical dominance has been on display. A 10-rebound advantage is, oh man, just gets you down. Nice.
That's spectacular.
Oh, and that's a nice find by one of the youngest players in the league. Sharp with tremendous upside to his game.
And what a drive that was. Replay courtesy of Mobile One.
Yeah, that's a little icing on the cake right there. Putting on a show while they enjoy a big second half lead.
Ivy's gone 2 of 5 from the field here. And here in the second half of play, we're just over a minute in. And they pick up 2. Give us 20.
Growing his passing game. Sharp knows being able to reliably create for others will really round out his skill set.
Cunningham, right side. Tipped.
You talk about things at halftime, and then you come out and you go 0 for 3. I'm sure that wasn't up on the board.
Here's Silk. He's watched by Cunningham. And stolen by Cunningham. And the Pistons pushing it up now. Here's Ivy. The shot's good on the assist by Cunningham.
Assist from
Ivy's got his 3rd bucket of the night.
Well, there it is. 0 of 3 to start the half, and finally something finds its way through the net.
Here's Silk. He's watched by Cunningham. To the inside. And the lob disrupted. Not to be. And now the Pistons in transition. Here's Ivy. So it'll be 2 free throws. He was fouled in the act of shooting.
And when you talk about Ivy, his explosiveness really stands out, especially when he's running the floor.
Grant Ivy gets a lot of attention for his scoring, but he can also lock you down at the other end.
Oh, yes, he can, B.A. He's big, active, and athletic, too. A strong on-ball defender as well. He'll also jump passing lanes, causing deflections. He looks to flip turnovers into points.
Here's Silk. 20 points for him. 4 on the clock. Got a hand on it.
Yeah, anytime you put the ball up near Duran, there's a chance it ends up back in your face.
Pass to Ivy. Cunningham outside. To the wing, right side. Fires the 3. Ivy's shot is off.
And they're up considerably because of their efforts on the glass.
Here's Silk. And he jams it home with authority.
Wow! Always fun to see point guards who can elevate above the rim like that.
Oh, a strong mindset and even stronger finish.
Well, just seeking out weaknesses in the defense and then exploiting it.
Detroit calls timeout, and the game is growing by leaps and bounds globally. How does the league continue to ride that wave?
Well, I'll tell you, BA, it's not hurting that you have an MVP that comes from Europe. I mean, Nikola Jokic bringing a lot of attention back to the league with his dominant play over here. But Commissioner Silver continues to explore all the corners in which he can continue to introduce the game, introduce the entertainment, and introduce the community aspect of what being a partner with the NBA is all about.
The double clutch. And they're going to count that bucket, and they'll send him to the line. It could be a three-point play.
I love Cade Cunningham just playing this way, an electric player when he takes advantage.
That free throw good from Cunningham.
Well, the #1 overall pick in 2021, Cade Cunningham, ended up third in the Rookie of the Year voting, but nevertheless had an outstanding first season.
Grant in the post. He's against Stewart. Here's Silk. He's got 22. Trailblazers got to hurry. Got to get up a shot. Grant's shot is off. And Cunningham has to carry a developing Pistons team. Something you'd know about, Grant. Any advice?
Just keep working hard, young man. He is on the right track for sure, BA. I know he will get it done. He loves the game, and he has embraced the challenge of making this team a winner.
Second chance shot. The shot comes out. Some solid defense from Stewart.
And he has not made one shot in this one. Has to be on his mind every time he's pulling up.
The offensive rebound. Here's Thompson. And so ball out of bounds. Thompson touched it last. And that shot was going nowhere thanks to that aggressive swat.
Showing no signs of giving up this lead. That block sent shockwaves into the opposition sails.
On the floor for your Trailblazers, DeAndre Ayton.
Here's
Substitution on the court.
Here's Ivy. Three-pointer. Oh, and the release was before the buzzer, but it's off target. And so it's Portland, out in front by 19 going into the break. It hasn't taken them too many shots to get
73.
And it's time now to bring you our State Farm assist to the game. You know, I'm kind of stoked this was a choice because I love this pass. A remarkable find. He put his court vision on full display.
Well, a great job with the eyes. And what separates great playmakers, as we know, is peripheral vision.
And we reach the fourth quarter in a game that may already be out of hand. We've got Jeremy Grant. He's out there with Anthony Simons. And it's Williams in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. That's the group on the floor for Portland. Here's Ivy. And that one's good.
Not sure which clips they watched at halftime, but he has figured out how to attack the D and kept him in check in the first half. He's flipped it.
That was another look at our Mobile One drive of the game just a moment ago.
Yeah, they have a long way to go, but attacking the rim like that is a great way to start a comeback.
Here's Henderson. Pass to Silk. Shot clock at 6. Counted from distance. 25 points in the game.
Absolutely ruthless. He's not about to start showing mercy now.
Confidence is sensational, and it feels like no one is going to stop him tonight from scoring.
Shoots from 12. They get it again. Duran. Second chance effort. And he takes it up and lays it in.
They just look so overwhelmed inside. That's why they continue to get attacked.
Here's Silk. Covered by Schroeder. Simons outside. 4-3. And again, it's the Trailblazers from deep.
Well, you can see and maybe feel right now him getting into the comfort zone out there after dropping the second three of the half.
Pass to Ivy. And the foul is called. He missed it, so he's got a couple of free throws coming his way. That's on Anthony Simons.
And Ivy has no fear when it comes to getting inside. He's got a strong frame and doesn't mind taking contact when he has to.
Thibault, he's checked in for Portland. And the Pistons making a change here as well. Cunningham's checked in for Schroeder. Here's Silk. And Ivy pulls it down. The Pistons have gone 2 of 3 to open the fourth quarter. Down low. Here's Duran. Oh, a rim-rattling two-handed shan. Great game for him. Double-double now.
At 6'11", it's a short trip for Duran up to the rim, and the rookie powers it down with enthusiasm. And man, looking good from the line so far this half.
Second personal
All right, guys, what do you think so far about the offensive approach for the Trailblazers?
It's been all about high percentage looks in this game. Working the ball inside, doing whatever it takes to get it to go.
Well, if we add another thing to it, it's about the urgency they've played with. I mean, you look at the eyes of these guys, they're focused, wanting to get up tempo, and that's helped them score on the fast break.
Sharp, he's checked in for Simon. And the switch here also for Detroit. Stewart's checked in. Silk with the bucket.
Sweet to be a difference maker in the game, and he's been a great option for them on these possessions.
Here's Ivy. Kicks it out to Cunningham. The three is up. Here's Duran. Cunningham outside. From the arc. It's tipped.
Well, his shots aren't dropping, and they haven't been able to keep pace, but they trust him enough. Keep going to him. See if he can find him.
Hey, when you start locking it down at the line, good things tend to happen.
Brad, we're seeing players extend their careers. Often diet plays a big role. How important was that in your day, and how important do you think that is now?
It's so important. The food you put into your body, the rest, the recovery, all of that plays a role in extending your career and having great longevity along the way.
They get it back, and he throws it down with one hand.
You have to put a body on Duran. He's quick, he's athletic, and he has that 7'5" wingspan.
Here's Silk. Oh, there's the alley. Oh, what a nice defensive play to disrupt the lob. Here in the fourth quarter, just under 2.5 gone by. Cunningham passes to Harris. That falls. Nice feed that time from Cunningham. Cunningham's got 3 assists tonight.
Working tirelessly on the stroke, Tobias Harris trying to find consistency with that shot.
Pass to Silk. All sorts of time. And he nails the jumper. Give him 30.
He's played a huge role in this game to this point, but it looks like he just wants more. He wants to make sure that this lead holds up.
Driving inside. And he takes that one up and powers it through.
And that's what happens when you don't take care of the ball.
Hey, that makes the turnover hurt even more.
And the gamble paying off.
The Pistons have gone 5 of 11 so far in the fourth. Harris finds Cunningham. Here's Duran. We saw one major rule change in the NBA last year. When a shooter intentionally initiates contact with a defender, it's a no call. You like it?
Yeah, I do like that. I mean, there should be no reason for a shooter to be the one with a defender on him, to be the one putting his body on the line. That's the defender's job. So the rule makes a lot of sense, PA.
Pass to Williams. Shoots over Duran. The shot won't fall. Now the Pistons take it the other way. And following this one, they hit the road to challenge the Warriors at Chase Center in San Francisco. And that'll be the 4th game of this 5-game road trip.
And what a turnaround from the first half. I mean, he's been incredible here in the second half.
Here's Silk. He's watched by Cunningham. And it's Silk missing. Detroit has got 2 of 5 threes to go here in the fourth. Pass to Cunningham. Again with the block.
A defensive stalwart so far. That's 6 blocks.
Protecting the rim well. Love the hustle. And here's Harris outside. The Pistons rebound.
Hard work on the glass gives them back the ball, and they get to milk a little clock here.
Cunningham on the wing. 5 to shoot. Ooh, and he took a hard foul on the shot. So he'll head to the line to shoot a pair.
I like how Cunningham just refuses to settle on the play. He gets his shot off and then gets himself fouled.
The line for the Pistons.
Free throw good from Cunningham.
2 shots.
So hits one and misses one at the line. And Portland has possession. It's a 16-point game. Pass to Silk. Lets it fly. And misses it off the right side of the rim.
He's lost his rhythm completely this quarter, but he's determined to stay after it.
Silk. Another miss. They desperately need a bucket. For Detroit, they've gotten 7 of 16 attempts to drop since the start of the fourth. Harris misses.
He's been off this whole period, unable to sustain any kind of consistency.
Pass to Sharp. Takes the three. And Cunningham pulls it down. Cunningham's got 5 rebounds in the game. Here's Harris. Kicks it out to Cunningham. Puts up a 3. Here's Duran. Oh, persistence pays off as they finally hit a shot.
Yeah, almost impossible to stop Duran inside. Wow, just wow.
Here's Silk. To the paint. Here's Williams. And Williams punches it home.
He just rises up and throws it down hard with one hand.
That is such a go-to move for him. He holds nothing back on those. Here's Duran. Williams defending. Here's Stewart. A rebound by Silk. For Portland, they've gotten 6 of 12 shots to go here in this fourth quarter. Pass to Williams. Here's Silk.
Detroit foul. Jay Cunningham. 4th personal foul. 3rd team foul.
The first free throw is good.
At the line,
Pistons making a switch here. Thompson's checked
number
in.
11.
It's both from the stripe. Well, Detroit's shooting just 38% here in the fourth. They're searching for a way to score.
Yeah, buckets have been very tough to come by.
To the right side. To the middle. Here's Cunningham. Ducks it hard with one hand. Wow, he makes it look easy.
And this is where Cade Cunningham showing his ability to get above the rim as a point guard. This makes him special.
Here's Silk. And it's good. Fought through contact. Hit the shot and will go to the line.
At the line for your Trailblazers, number 11.
The Pistons shooting only 38% from the floor. Not great. Here's Ivy. And no good trying to use the glass. Portland has gone 2 of 4 from the perimeter here in the fourth quarter. 1:33 left in the fourth. Here's Silk. Pass to Sharp. Shot clock at 5. Here's Silk. Detroit with a rebound.
And they were really able to find the mismatches they wanted and exploit those all night. Great execution from the players and coaching staff for the Trailblazers.
They were the more accurate club, and in the end, that made the difference, Graham.
Yeah, BA, you have to love their strategy. And even more, you love the execution.
And this will give them their 28th win of the year.
And with this one all but in the record books, they set the tone in the first of what will be only 2 meetings between these teams.
And when you look at the game, the one thing that helped fuel this team to victory was the efficiency for Silk.
Just does a great job of looking for space and then finding it. That's taking advantage of what the defense is giving you.
3rd personal foul. 3rd team foul.
And he knocks down the first one. And the new group getting ready for the Pistons.
At the line for 2. Substitution on the court. At the line for Portland, Murray. At the line for 1.
The free throw drops from Murray. Detroit with the ball. Now here's Cunningham. Pass to Thompson. Kicks it out to Cunningham. 3-pointer. It's hauled in by Henderson.
And just terrible defense. I don't know how he missed that shot.
9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Throws it up high.
finishing the game strong. This is how you shut the door on any hopes of a comeback.
Yeah, definitely putting a stamp on this one. A very, very decisive victory for the club tonight.
Here's Ivy. Tries again. It's hauled in by Henderson. Simons against Terrace. Simons outside. So it's the Trailblazers winning this one easily. Well, this might not have been the most competitive game we've ever seen, but you've got to appreciate their masterful performance.
And I'm sure their fans appreciated it too. We saw the outstanding defense and a loaded offensive effort. They were just dominant out there.
And that'll do it, folks. For Allie LaForce, Brent Barry, Grant Hill, and our entire 2K Sports crew, this is Brian Anderson signing off. So long, everyone.